Hi, Kit here from Flower Duet, and I thought I'd show you how to make a beautiful display with just water in a wine cooler, perfect for the new year. So we have a large selection of flowers here. We have some roses, and remember the way you clean those is you stand them up, take all the leaves off, especially the ones that are going to be below the water line. If you need to remove any of these shipping petals because you bought them wholesale, go ahead and do that, but don't take more than 2 or 3 off. And just let the rose open on its own. You don't need to force the petals open. Sometimes that can cause them to turn brown. So you just want to let them open on their own. Carnations, this is that popular color of the year, that sort of cappuccino color, sort of peachy beige. You can take the leaves off and then just kind of gently fluff them open so they take up a little bit more volume in your container, because we want them to, showcase themselves the best they can. That's our carnations. We have our green Holland Ruscus, a greenery that we're going to add. Usually comes in bunches of 10. So what I'm just going to do is, as I add it in, I might take off some of these stems, or some of these leaves, sorry, that are going to be below the water line. Mini green hydrangea, just take off the lower leaves, but I like the upper leaves. I'm going to leave those on for volume. Spray roses, again, you can peel off the leaves, any cushion petals that need to be removed. Take off any thorns that are going to be below that water line. You don't want any leaves or thorns on your rose stems because they'll harm the other flowers in your vase. You want to make sure all of those are gone. And finally, our Cymbidium orchid. So it comes in these tubes, so I don't need to keep the tube on. So the tube's going to come off. And then I already used part of this stem, so the top has been cut off, but I'm not really worried about that because I know my other flowers are going to kind of hide that. So this is a wine cooler. It's not really a vase, it's a wine cooler, but I think it's really pretty, especially for the new year. And so the bottom line is any type, you can use any vase as long as it's watertight. And so I'm going to give these orchids a little collar of mini green hydrangea. Remember, you always cut at an angle and place within 10 seconds. So that gives them a nice cushion. Then I want to maybe put a few of these peachy color of the year carnations, color of 2025, in the front here. So let's pop these in low, just along the lip of the vase. This is going to be a fairly upright arrangement. We're not looking for anything drapey, but we definitely are going to go for 2 to 3 times the height of the vase. So I can measure by holding this carnation on the table to see where I want that to go. Maybe one crawling up the side here, and another one crawling up the side. And one more coming up. So I have my carnations kind of couple right here at the bottom and then crawling up the side. And let's add some greenery. So we need to add some height to our vase, so let's add that. I'm going to cut these 3 all at the same height, place them in, kind of give the back a little frame. They're not going to stand up where I want them yet because I have more things to add. I'm going to take these 3, cut them a bit shorter, put them on this side, framing our flowers or giving them a backdrop. This is going to be primarily a one-sided arrangement, so the side that you're seeing is the side that's going to be viewed. So I would put this probably on an entry table in a house, or maybe on a buffet. If you're having any New Year's celebrations, put that on a... doesn't take up a lot of real estate, so it'd be nice in the kitchen or on a buffet. And it's not going to get into your flowers. Okay, so right now it looks pretty cute, but we need to add a little bit more interesting thing. We need to balance this peach. So I think I want some peach to go on the other side, so if anyone looks at it from the side, they have some color and not just greenery. So let's do that, placing these in, cutting and placing. Within 10 seconds, this one's nice and long. Let's bring that color up high into the design like so. And I have one more maybe to kind of bridge that gap. So let's bring our green hydrangea up high also into the design, keeping that tall. Try not to hurt my orchids. Let's take a look. I've got that one there. Let's put this one on this side. Clean up my area and see what I have left. So I think I want to add a little bit of highlight to this, so I'm going to add some white spray roses. So let's see where I can add those. Cutting and placing within 10 seconds. Careful not to hurt any orchids that are in there. Basically the bottom line is I'm going to mimic kind of what I've been doing with the other flowers, have some high and then some low to bring that sort of eye down. So that's the spray roses. I'm not sure I need any other ones. And then I need these larger ones. These are called Playa Blanca roses on the other side. But I don't want to have them competing. See how these are the same height? So I need to bring this one up higher. And because I have a lot of stems in there, I can just pull it up to get that height to change. But now I need something in the middle there to bridge that gap. Okay, so now I have my white rose here. I need to step some other roses down into the design, cutting at an angle always so the stems don't sit flat-footed on the bottom of your vase. You want them to be on their tippy toes always. And if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it in threes. Let's see which one's my tallest. This one's tall. Let's put this one right behind this group of roses. Group of orchids. There. I'll bring some of this greenery up. Make it interesting. And now what you do now is you just kind of zhuzh. Thanks for joining me, Kit Wertz with Flower Duet.